Here at the end of day one of group stage play here on the B stream, it's VP versus Team Aster. And if you're just tuning in, you might be a little bit surprised to hear a little bit of an upset in the previous game. Team Aster did take the win against VP. We all predicted VP, so
the panel curse was
there. The caster curse is definitely 100% alive and well. And yeah, we're going to be heading into game 2 shortly. But guys, interested to come back and kind of hear your thoughts about what went wrong for VP and maybe what adjustments they need to be making as we go into game number 2, if any.
I mean, I think it's really hard to boil it down to like one particular thing. The biggest thing to me that stood out was the problems with Trolls itemization, which we kind of harped on a lot in that game. But there were a lot of good things that Aster was doing as well. It felt like they took the fights that they needed to. Every now and then they got caught out of position, but overall it felt like they had a very good game plan going into it.
Yeah, I almost feel like I need to go back and watch that game again, just in terms of like how the fights started, even from a vision and warding perspective, because that seemed to determine so much. Like who got Fiend script, if somebody got stomped before they got BKB off. These were all like completely deciding
Aster
fights.
had some pretty sloppy execution. There was a smoke on 2 actual wards from them. They still managed to lose 3 heroes after that, or those buybacks. They could have easily lost the game from there, but overall, I would say Baboka definitely the MVP of today from what I saw from his play. And I mean, his Earth Spirit was one of the best, if not the best in the world. And
Shaker.
But now you have this hero called Phoenix, which is first picked, and he can do some insane stuff with it.
Totally.
Yeah. These position 4 supports with all the AoE team fight and the people who were just able to eke every last little bit out of the hero. It's interesting because you have a hero like Ogre that's in the meta at the moment, and he's more meta maybe as a position 5.
Right.
But very simple skill set, and even if you're playing Ogre perfectly, you're not, you know, the ceiling and the floor are not that far apart. And then you've got a hero like Phoenix or Earthshaker, where if you're hitting these big 5-man abilities all the time consistently, the ceiling just keeps going up and up and up.
The other thing to me is like it was something that you mentioned a second ago that like made me think of what EG was doing right before TI2, which was having like these team fight supports, and then outside of that is just like mayhem. Like they create chaos, and then you just have the sniper start laying into people. You have the troll start laying into people. And then the problem occurred when they couldn't get those lockdown team fights, and things became more chaotic and less focused. So I don't know. Maybe you need to think about changing things up. VP is a team that runs so many different things that I wouldn't be surprised if they just throw everything out and go for something completely different.
Yeah, they may have a completely different lineup in this next game.
And you mentioned during the draft, too, the Legion Commander pick and why that was so strong, too.
Yeah, well, it was the cost talking about it as well, right?
Yeah.
The Legion Commander blocked VP from being able to take the Terrorblade themselves, so they picked the Troll, which we weren't very impressed with. And then that opened Aster to come right back and say, hey, we're the ones who are going to take the Terrorblade in this situation. And Sylar had a fantastic game, even though they picked it into what was kind of a nightmare lane for him. It just doesn't seem to matter for Terrorblade.
I think this game shows that Terrorblade is still one of the best, if not the best, late game carry. He can outrange a sniper, good choice of a talent, plus 300 extra range on his meta, and they almost turned the game when they were just defending the base. Sniper, base defense, no better hero than Sniper.
But didn't end up happening, man. I don't know. I think that it does raise a lot of questions. And the thing to me is like D-Stones has actually been playing really, really well on these heroes that aren't Invoker, which is what they need him to do. And obviously, incredibly talented player, but that's what he rose to prominence on, and you expect that that's the main thing he's going to be playing. And no, it's been owning on Lina.
Yeah. Well, we've got a lot of questions, but the draft is going to hold some answers as well, so we're going to jump straight on into that. We've got the Phoenix being banned out this time around, so these big team fight position 4 supports that Baboka has been playing so far today. Looks like they're going to try and force him out of his comfort zone and put him onto something a little bit different this time around. Enigma not banned just yet, so could be something that we see make it through into the pool in this final game of the day for us.
So many of these drafts feel like they just function around the Phoenix. So you have like, then it's the Mirana Ogre, then it's the, you know, whatever, the hero that team fights around it, like the Axe or whatever. If it's gone, I want to see if they like what's the next hero that's valued highly, and how do both teams play around that? Like, is it the Necrophos, and then you start having like high magic damage, and you maybe go for something like a Luna pick, or is it going to be like, I don't know, what's another hero that sort of is game defining, like a Chen maybe?
I think the Morphling can be as well, at least in terms of the draft. Like you see the Morphling picked up, and then people immediately start trying to pick all of these silences and like the necessary lockdown for him, and get a Spirit Vessel hero, and then you're also on the other side, kind of like protecting him and buffing him up a little bit. I think it could be something that comes out this game, especially when you've got two super stellar carry players in the game as well, with Sylar and Ramses. Don't think either one of them are strangers to a little bit of Morphling action.
Roger is drafting. They switched it up. Not Ramses anymore.
I don't think that means anything. They have Arzik, who's their coach. So
they're all probably just huddling around.
Yes,
right?
so it doesn't mean who has the little crown.
Hey, man, it makes them feel good. Are they going to pick Chen for him? No. Oh.
Okay.
What I love about Virtus.Pro is that they're not afraid to do different stuff, try out some new things. They just go with what they feel comfortable, and there's a lot of heroes that they feel comfortable at.
I'm interested to see what Aster's priorities are now. Like, will they just take Bane early? I think Bane here is fine. Wyvern here is also fine. Both are pretty decent against the Axe. They need to be careful not to get caught focusing on the Axe too much, though, because he could get bumped down to support at any moment. And VP could still do just fine with the rest of their lineup. So, okay, just the Bane so far. And
I wouldn't mind a Mirana here, too. I think the hero's good enough, even without the Phoenix being in the pool.
Yeah. I think the other thing you maybe second guess yourself though is it like too obvious? Our VP setting up a trap here somehow? And we've seen the Necrophos work really well so far today, so I don't mind seeing this Necro pick up in this position.
It does seem like that second hero that's like the answer if Phoenix is gone, like the one that you sort of build your draft around.
Yeah. He's such a strong laner. Like he takes the current like meta as far as lane control, and you know, if you're winning the lane by getting denies and you're getting ahead, Necro even dials that up a little bit further, right? Where if you're in complete control of the lane and you're getting every last hit and every deny, you just have infinite health, infinite mana. You can't get driven out of lane. It's ridiculous. So we'll see how VP choose to deal with this. Ooh. There's the Morphling.
I guess that's a block pick for Terrorblade as well. You can still pick Terrorblade into Morphling, but Morphling is like a better version of a TB.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see how they deal with try and deal with the Morphling. And this is an early Morphling pickup as well, but VP feeling confident about it.
I mean, picking it into Necro is pretty scary also. Yeah. I think like you can kind of go any of the sort of nukers out of the mid lane here. Lina would be fine again. Zeus is fine. Invoker is fine here. Even if they want to go back for the Tinker again, like I've been talking about it all day, but I don't know if it's something that you have to go for. But I feel like Ramses is maybe one of those types of players too that could get caught out of position and at low HP if there's burst. Just like
I think the Drow ban is really important actually, because Drow can just be a nightmare for Morphling to play against. Like Drow just builds a Shadow Blade and starts running around all game.
More of a nightmare to play against Bane.
Yeah.
Yeah. He sees
Bad jokes coming through.
It took me a second. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Right. He has this ability. But yeah, the Drow certainly good synergy with the Necro, good with the Bane, and difficult for Morphling to play against with the Silence. So makes sense to see it banned out here. And VP just going to be targeting that carry role a little bit. I do wonder. So Morphling's he's not necessarily like weak in the early to mid game, right? He can contribute quite a lot of nuke damage, and we do see these Morphling players getting involved pretty actively.
I want to see Dazzle being picked up by VP. Like, it's so good with with Morphling in the lane. The sustain, it's amazing against Necro. I'm not sure if Roger plays it. They could throw in position 5 if they want to.
Yeah. Do you think we might see, could we see like the Aster Luna coming out this game? Is that a possibility, do you think? Is Morphling a hero that you can like run over? It is, I guess, kind of what I'm angling at here. He does take a couple of items to come online, but at the same time, if you're against the right heroes with the morph,
I'm not
you
a
can
big,
actually
not a big
like,
fan of Luna at all.
Yeah.
The hero just seems so weak, and that she needs one more item than other carries. Also, really easy to shut down at the laning stage. You can easily dive her. Once she hits level 6, then it's a completely different game, but also needs a lot of time to recover.
I kind of like it against Axe, though, just because you get way more damage than you would otherwise.
Boca.
Nice.
I don't know. I mean, running this into Morphling, this is that type of hero that you're talking about, where it provides you so much more team fight than you would have otherwise once you get Morph. Like, you get all the boulders. You know, you run in there. You don't have Magnetize, but...
Yeah.
Do you get stones?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A full
I mean,
assortment
it's
of
not
them.
an ultimate ability, so...
Not a big fan of Earth Spirit Morphling.
Morphing
when he
into Earth Spirit.
morphed Earth Spirit, yeah.
That's going to get confusing.
Okay. Well, I think this Earth Spirit's looking all right. I mean, certainly good with the heroes that they have so far. Leaving these last couple of picks open. Aster do have the last overall pick. I wouldn't even mind seeing I think the D-Stones Invoker could still be decent here. We might see that getting banned out in like the last phase or the last ban round for VP. So if Aster want it, they might have to take it now. But I do see players looking towards the Invoker a little bit against the Morph, just because he's a hero that can rush up the Spirit Vessel super fast and just run around putting pressure on the Morphling.
It's a little bit weird because it feels like Earth Spirit would be the one that would want to build into that too, though, right? I guess that you can go into quick U-Wolves, which is great against the Axe too.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the Earth Spirit can change his itemization a little bit as well to make it work. But VP gotta make some important decisions here. I mean, they're probably just gonna take one of their supports here, but they also don't want to take anything too weak that could contribute to them just getting run over.
Bring back Virtus.Pro Disruptor Classic.
Ooh. So we saw this earlier today be just high tempo run at people lineup, which could be something they do with the Axe.
Yeah. But
Like-
is it core? Is it support? I guess it's not clear yet necessarily. They've got options.
They could even run at position 1 and have Morphling played out of the mid lane. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, Morph's actually a very good mid laner. Like in these straight up 1v1s, he just has so much damage that it's very, very difficult for.
And he gets earlier access to his morph points, so
Yeah.
it's pretty much unkillable unless you just burst him down before.
and it is going to be the Invoker pickup. I think that I like the Morphling more now out of the mid lane than otherwise, and
It's actually a good matchup. The laning matchup at least is good for Morphling. Like after Invoker starts picking up more levels and you start talking about the mid game, different story. But it's certainly a really good lane for the Morph.
there are some weird interactions with Morphing Invoker where it switches over to legacy keys if you use Morph. So if you're not a legacy key Invoker player, then you can sometimes get messed up with that. But I'm sure D-Stones is aware, or rather, I'm sure that whoever's playing Morph is aware.
Oh God!
Oh, I was thinking about Broodmother, that she's not gonna get picked at all because they have a good ways to deal. So there's a Necro on the Aster team and there's an Axe on Virtus.Pro. So you can just lane Necro against Broodmother and that's fine, and put an Invoker on a side lane. Because Invoker can't do anything against Broodmother on the mid.
Yeah, this is. It's interesting. Is Necro actually a pretty good matchup against Spirit? I don't know if I've seen that
I mean,
that much.
he can't die. That's
Sure.
the thing.
So you could at least get your farm, but Brood's still going to be farming the Ancients and
Brood
doing
gets more
standard
farm, that's the
Brood
thing.
Mother things. Yeah, she's just. I feel like Brood has become kind of, in a lot of ways, similar to sort of your like alchemists and your TAs and things like that. You're just used to them playing like an item ahead, or it's just because Brood is going to farm Ancients for 25 minutes. It's so boring. I really want to put it out there right now that I hate the way that Broodmother is played now. You just buy Soul Ring and Medallion, and then you hit Ancients for 20 minutes until you have like a whole item ahead of anyone else in the game. It's just really dull. I think the Invis Broodmother where people were like playing in the side lanes and doing interesting things was much better than what
I
we've
heard
got now.
Broodmother. When you play against Broodmother, people still buy dusts and sentry wards.
That doesn't surprise me at all.
I buy sentry wards to try and block the ancients because they last for.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah,
And you don't get they don't get the return goal for it if they somehow deny it, right?
yeah. The problem is that the ancient camp spawn boxes are so small that you can cover the whole thing with one sentry. So even if you block them, it's super easy for Brood or whoever to come and deward them themselves. So it does sometimes feel like a little bit of a futile effort, but that's kind of the way that I view Broodmother at the moment. It's just one of the very few heroes left that can actually exploit ancient creeps. Like TA is like TA can exploit stacks. Broodmother is more exploiting the fact that she just has free pathing and spiders and all of the regen, so she can easily farm them. And yeah, they're going to ban out the Kunkka. It's sort of considered, it feels like Kunkka is like the go-to counter for a lot of teams against the Broodmother. And now a dark. What is that?
That is a hell of a lane. That is a disgusting lane.
Who's the support in this?
Darkseer, Axe, so
Yeah.
it could be Axe supporting.
Is
I
it,
think so.
is it Prophet 5?
Yeah.
And then
Morphling, safe lane, Brood mid, I think, and
Maybe it's
Axe
support
Axe
lane.
Yeah.
Support lane?
Supportling.
Yeah, what do you think?
Nah.
Aster don't know what's up. That's for sure. Look at these guys.
Yeah, which one of these cheesy ass heroes do you try and counter?
I've seen Darkseer just go both. Let's say Darkseer and Axe. They go to the the top lane. They creep skip. They kill the whole wave before it gets to the tower. Like you can't draw aggro, but you can kill them with the double iron shell.
Oh, huh. You just walk with them?
Yes.
Yeah.
And you body block the creeps? Oh, jeez.
So they're thinking, what is this Darkseer doing?
Yeah, Aster are confused. But to be honest, I actually really don't like the Virtus.Pro draft. Like, I don't know. I don't think that... I think they've gone too far outside of the box with it now. And if you just sort of play safe with this and, take some other hero that has decent burst damage against the Morphling, they probably can just win.
I mean, Aster needs somebody to do some physical damage at the moment. It's really what they're lacking in the lineup right now. And just anyone who could potentially siege buildings. I don't know what that's going to be, but that's what I think that's what they need. I just picked like the Lycan here. Is that okay? Monkey King. Okay.
So that's
it is physical damage.
another good hero that can lane against the Broodmother.
Mm-hmm.
So they have both Necro and Monkey King. It also Monkey King does well against the Axe, so it is a position 4 Axe, offlane Darkseer, Prophet 5.
But does he do well against Axe with Iron Shell on him? Still, do you think he will? I honestly have no idea.
I think his supports are strong
I think they
enough.
want to have a matchup where they have Monkey King against the Broodmother because it's better than Necro against the Broodmother, and have Necro against that lane because he has more sustain. Even if they decide to dive him, he tanks the creeps under the tower way better than Monkey.
Yeah, the Monkey King with like the Boundless Strike can just one-shot spiders, right? I think you have to get multiple points in it early, but you can one-shot the entire spider.
Well, 'cause
If
they
you
lost
get
all their armor too, right?
Jingu, you can.
I want to say yes.
Yeah, they still have magic resistance, but they don't have
That's
armor
physical
anymore.
damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
They
works.
die.
All right, cool. So,
I'd say Team Aster definitely has a way better pick. I think I hate Darkseer more than I hate Silencer, and I hate Silencer a lot. So I don't know. It's a Virtus.Pro. They're trying some new stuff. Maybe they've practiced it a lot, but I've seen Darkseer plus one melee hero paired up, and they didn't do well after the laning stage. So
The X factor to me is going to be solo. Like if they can keep up that momentum that we saw in the series earlier today with the Nature's Prophet, and you just sort of snowball out of control, to me that feels like maybe the way that they win this. Yeah. But I don't think they're going to do it.
Okay. Well, before we can head into the game, we have one quick thing to wrap up, which is the fact that we remember to vote for your ESL One MVPs. As I said before, it's important. So.
November is an important voting, yeah.
Yeah. All right, so let's check that out, and we'll get into the game. Back for our last game of today, VP versus Aster. You've seen the drafts. Game is just getting underway. We've heard a couple of predictions. I feel like I'm also going to go on the Aster side here. The VP draft just...
We're such fair weather fans.
It weirds me out a little bit, yeah. So we'll see what happens. I think I think there's some mind gaming going on here potentially. Are they actually sending? Looks like maybe the Brute is actually just going mid. I don't know if
has lost his mind. He's just cackling maniacally, and everybody is apparently going to be tipping Morphling.
This is the guy you want to tip. This is the guy you want to tilt, if possible.
Is he tiltable?
Yeah, a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, he's no untiltable mountain.
What is the who typed that out? Okay. 3 spectators watching this game. What a message. What a time to be alive.
Okay. Bounce here in contest coming up. Well, looks like no real contest. Both teams going to get 2 on one side.
So it looks like it's going to be Invoker versus Morphling bottom. And they are going to get the Necro versus Brood mid matchup instead. As
D-Stone's got Quas first, interestingly enough.
Huh.
This is his, maybe this is his side lane Invoker. I don't know what maybe he didn't, I don't know if he thinks that he's going to be matched up against this Morphling and P lane. I don't think VP have done anything too weird here in terms of the lanes. This seems to be kind of what was expected.
Right. I guess the only thing is that Aster not putting Monkey King against the Brood, which is a little bit different from what we were expecting, but maybe feeling like they couldn't deal with the pressure coming at him under tower.
Once Axe with the Battle Hunger and Ion Shell goes in you, like, you can't fight.
XXS is owning Ramses so far in terms of CS. Ramses has got 1 deny and no last hits.
Jeez.
It's more that XXS just got 2 denies under the tower, but no, he just set him up for that last hit though. So there you go.
Amen.
You got to help out your buddies sometimes. D-Stones.
Oh my God.
Blocks.
Oh my
Show
God.
him the micro solo.
This man has a family. Oh, don't do it to him. Jeez. Well, Bobica is going to be able to pull the creep wave past while this is happening. Although the Nightmare moving into position, is he? Oh wait, no. What am I talking about? I'm out of my mind. They are going to be able to get the roll away. Bobica pulling the creep wave, which is being body blocked by the Treants now as well.
Oh, he's still got aggro. Okay, that's neat.
Yeah.
So that's certainly good. Bobica leading these creeps on a merry little... Where's he taking them? He's taking them mid lane? Hello?
This is not for you,
Necro doesn't need these creeps. These aren't for him. Give them back to Invoker. Bobica, these aren't your creeps either.
They're just... What is happening? What's going on here? I mean, XXS isn't even getting the last hits.
The creeps have found a new purpose.
Apparently, you know what it is? It probably is that Solo, he's like worried that Solo's going to do too much damage to him with the Blightstone and stuff. But he is going to get that
the
range creep deny.
Ooh. Very nice.
The nice part about this is that it sets up a 1v1 of Invoker versus Morphling for a moment, but actually that's not nice because Invoker doesn't have a CS.
Oh yeah, Invoker does. I mean, Invoker has Quas first. What the hell is he supposed to do here?
Yeah.
Morphling has 74 damage. Invoker has 44. There's a 33 damage discrepancy between these two heroes. How do you ever get a last hit in that situation? It's not possible.
That was unreal. I can't believe that Bobica just stole the whole creep wave away from him. He's like, you know what? I don't want to give Morphling this farm.
Solo's on this body block game again. D-Stone's in trouble.
Roger. D-Stone's going to get pummeled, punish, and dead. He's going to get that cold snap, so Solo forced to pop the Fairy Fire and the Salve. But yeah, that's a problem. And Bobica is going to take another creep wave. He's not taking this one to mid again, is he? No.
Please God, Invoker needs this creep wave. He's still level 1, and it's 3 minutes in. Morphling is almost level 4.
Oh, he wants to get the creep wave pull. Oh, he gets it with the range creep. Bobica God. The range creep right click came through as he was rolling forward to make sure he drew the aggro.
Unfortunately, it's in tower range. So
oh, no. Well, never mind. Slightly less cut.
Making the CS a little bit hard. Invoker still has 1. All right, D-Stones, we're up to 2. Doubling it up.
Amen.
TP from Nature's Prophet. Doesn't want to even use it. Pasha already used the Surge. 1, 2, 3, 4.
It's the
Easy peasy.
the counting that you got to do. That's the way it makes it work. Okay. I mean, as much as it's kind of like horrific for Invoker, your Necrophos is at 32 last hits right now and is getting like constant regen coming back from him from the spiders.
Hey, XXS is doing really nicely. And they don't really have very good ways to come and do anything about him on this mid lane, to be honest.
Is Ramsey's dead?
Nah.
Whew. One more Death Pulse and that could have gotten testy.
These stones, bottom lane, dropping really low. Forced to use a Ghost Walk. Like, you don't want to use Ghost Walk that early. That's 200 mana for a spell, but you need to keep yourself alive.
Maybe a chance to move on to Sylar here. Double Ion Shell. He's trying to count to 4. Doesn't hit on the Boundless Strike and is just going to be pummeled underneath the tower. The damage over time, not going to be able to get away from it. And now the surge forward, Roger. Also getting angry and in Fenrir's face. Does have the Brain Sap, trying to live through this one. So they play Ring Around the Tower. And Roger keeps the damage on Fenrir. This is going to be another kill. VP doing it to it.
That glyph usage was really nice as well. Like, Salar was trying to go for a last hit to get rid of the...
They're going to get
Battle Hunger.
4 runes on VP's side.
Oof.
Sylar can't go for the tree jump. The Battle Hunger on him. And so Roger will get away. Mid lane, Riper's Scythe going to be enough to find a kill. XXS picks it up and is going to get the regen from it as well. Now
He's already got a
turning
veil.
solo.
What is this? It's 5 minutes. He's got an entire veil.
Oh, look at that regen. 17 per 27. Keep counting.
Jeez. All right, yeah, XXS is a god.
Yeah, I thought he was going to do okay in this mid lane. I didn't realize that he was just going to, like, get this much farm. I didn't think it was going to go nearly this well. I mean, Broodmother's still going to be able to catch up a little bit, but this is not what I was anticipating.
The elephant in the room, though, is this Invoker. Like, holy crap, D-Stones.
He's level 2. He's the lowest level in the game. Oh, God. This is what we were talking about. Like, you don't need to win your lanes necessarily, but you can't lose them this hard because Morphling is just going to get literally every deny. Look at it. He has 27 denies.
120 damage.
D-Stone is like cowering in the corner. He's like, please, sir, may I have some experience?
Oh, he's trying to pull the wave. There's a TP coming out from Nature's Prophet. He has a dust as well. That's
The saddest tornado. Oh, D-Stone's gone. Oh, all right. Maybe a chance.
D-Stones!
Oh, the god. He does have a Fairy Fire also.
Wex move speed. Let's go, baby. 2 points. All right.
Oh, he should have popped that dust earlier.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, misplay there by Solo. And, I mean, at the same time, though, it's like, I guess the thing, though, is that this is going to be a double wave pushing into the tower, which Morphling can probably still deny everything.
He can deny it. He can make this work. Let's see. Just kidding. I mean, it's 6 more creeps. Than
I mean, he can go under the tower, though. Like, what's going to be their rotation? Like, even if Bobica comes over, they don't have any damage to kill off the Morphling. As Sylar is going to just run at Pasha, gets up to the Jingu stacks, and now the Surge away, looking like he's living as they chase forward, although with Bobica in the area, they manage to find the stun, they find the slow, and a couple more punches will be the death.
I mean, this top lane is going okay, but they've also picked this
God.
cheesy Darkseer hero. That,
There's going to be the turnaround kill, and D-Stones hits the dust.
This is the build I like on Morphling. A Morbid Mask gives you 10 more damage. You buy Power Threads. You can jungle whole day and the lane at the same time mid lane.
Gets the
This
Ghost
is a
Shroud off.
tough kill to get.
Lives through it. Now the roll forward coming from Bobica. Good Spider Micro to keep him alive, though, by Ramses.
so VP making some attempts here. I think that their support situation is about to get really weird. Like, I think the Axe, the Nature's Prophet, and the Darkseer are all gonna fall off a cliff in like the next 10 minutes in terms of their effectiveness. Especially the Axe and the NP, who are just not gonna have any items to back anything up.
Axe can easily come back. All he needs is 2 dunks and he's good to go. Like that's his Blink Dagger money.
The thing that you're not anticipating, though, here is that Aster have 3 supports to the 2 of Virtus.Pro, so that's how they're going to be able to beat them out with it, you know? Oh, a little off the mark there. They find the taunt, though, as well as
Burn his mana.
position.
Oh, the EMP.
This is big. If they can find the kill, they get it. It's going to be on the Bobica. Now the chase forward for more onto Rogers. This is a ton of experience onto these heroes.
The last hit. No.
It's not happening.
Level 4.5. I think they should get him the tome.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. They cannot afford to have the D-Stones
Or maybe that's a
languishing
bad
like
idea, actually, when I think about it. You want to have Earth Spirit to make space, and your Invoker's not going to do anything for the next probably 6, 7 to 10 minutes if someone else doesn't rotate to his lane. So let's say Earth Spirit rotation is way more valuable mid lane.
Oh, the taunt, the catch, potentially the kill. They jump through, though, in the Ghost Shroud, and suddenly it's going to be the Necro back up to full HP. They turn around with the Reaper Sight, finding that kill into Roger. And not really a whole heck of a lot that they can do on this side with Ramses, although they want to try and find this kill into Bobica, seeing if he can juke away from the spiders, but it wasn't meant to be.
Oh, Earth Spirit, he lost his last raindrop charge. Didn't have enough time to put it... okay, nah, never mind. He bought full urn. That was courier delivering it. Like, if you have 1 charge of raindrop, you put it in the backpack, so you don't have to spend another 200 plus gold for it.
So it looks like they dropped the Tome of Knowledge. It's going on the courier right now, out towards Invoker.
Tome of Knowledge is dropped in the base.
In the base, okay.
So that's Baboka.
D-Stone's getting run out here by this Centaur.
Oh no.
He already used the Tornado.
Level 5, vacuum back in. And almost going to get the courier kill as well, potentially.
There's still Tome of Knowledge in the base. Maybe they knew D-Stones is gonna die.
Respawn faster this way.
Managed to find 1 kill there onto the, well, Bane, and there's gonna be the jump away with the Morphlane.
He didn't pick it up. There's still Tome in base.
Okay.
He's still got another death scheduled. That's that's the reason, surely.
Save it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, the deny on the mid tower, we didn't talk about that one by the Broodmother. Hurts a little bit, but I do have to say that, you know, if you manage to find this Morphlane out of position, can potentially go down really quickly.
Can I give D-Stone some props for the CSing under tower at the moment up top?
Oh, the stunned silence kill! The plays coming in from Sylar and Bobica.
Oh man, that execution. This is, you need to be a greedy player to play Morphling, but if you're playing too greedy, they're gonna punish you. 450 HP while you're farming under the tower.
And particularly against the Earth Spirit, because that silence coming from the roll, like in the midst of everything, it's just devastating. And now they have found Ramses, or rather Fenrir has been found. He's gone.
Yeah, and Ramses just right back to hidden creeps. So
and Ramses is back in the game, level 12, even though this Necrolite has way more farm, but I mean, CS, and he killed him, what, once or twice?
Oh, D-Stone's in trouble again up top. He's got this same Centaur in his face once again. Gets this tornado out. He's already used the Ghost Walk.
They purge off the ion shells, but it's back on again, and he never stood a chance. And that's
dunk
that
number
you're
1.
Talking about.
Yeah.
And there's the raindrop in your backpack. He wants to buy an urn. Also, Spirit Vessel, this game is going to be huge against the Invoker region, Necro, and the Monkey King.
Stun, silence, and a kill. Well, Roger, immediately after finding the kill, is going to be punished.
Bosch still just chilling here. Fenrir, all right, not level 6 just yet. Only has the Nightmare. Oh,
stomp into the follow-up there. And
oh,
Fenrir
200
running.
gold. That's more than he would get for killing a hero.
Speaking of killing a hero, Magnetizes out. They bring in D-Stones with the Tornado, burning through all the mana, canceling the TP, and chasing forward for more. Pasha in trouble. We can reapply the Magnetize in a second if they want, but they find the kill, and D-Stones picks it up.
D-Stones plus a stone from Earth Spirit. That's a lot of stones.
Yep.
There's still Tome of Knowledge in their base.
Looking, it's still in the base.
What is happening?
Someone ping it for the benefit of the other casters. Let's go.
No, don't do it. You're gonna get in trouble.
Okay.
Lacoste is a rebel.
It's important. It's important to know.
That's true.
Okay,
Stream snipe.
Yeah, Baboka's on that. It's like he probably just looked back at the fountain to click on it.
Yeah.
Solo trying to plant some wards here.
Battle Fury done for Sylar, and Solo is just dead. Guess what? He's got long range. You can see what's happening there. Might have eaten through the trees well. So the Monkey King kind of getting on the path out of control with the Battle Fury there. And
oh man, it's 14 minutes, Magic Wand, that Ring of Aquila, Power Treads, and Battle Fury.
He's big. He is very big. And I don't know, is it even that good of a Broodmother game here? Like, Ramses is doing okay, but I feel like when you pick Brood, you gotta be #1 on net worth.
I mean, ooh, good stun there. And getting the Magnetize onto 3, it's pretty good as well. Sylar throwing out the Wukong's command, needs to live through this. Oh, but the Morph switching it over. Is he going to be able to survive through it? They managed to get the feed script. Sylar living is getting all the regen in the world, but they will eventually bring him down. That was a sick play by Morph, but it wasn't quite enough, even though they did end up finding the kill. And now, chasing forward for more, it's going to be a double for Bobica, who's going to pay the price in the end. As Ramses is on top of him more. Is he Fenrir? Yeah, Spider's still got him, surely. Surely, yes
he
they do.
woke himself up with one of the spiders. Still, that's a lot of gold for Bobica. That's gonna get him closer to a Blink Dagger. Only 500 gold away. Meanwhile, there you have a Necro who's pretty much free farming, is building towards Radiance.
Oof. And now, some more trouble. XXS picks up the kill.
45 seconds.
That was worth. Bounty rune for the
Hey, yeah.
for the death. I think I would have taken that if I was solo. Invoker got some urn charges. There is already an urn on the Earth Spirit, but the Clickdeaston still wants it. They're not always going to be right on top of each other. They haven't fixed the interaction right where, like, can urn still overtake vessel? Is that a thing?
I think it is.
Okay, so Boboka might get a little bit upset about that since he's only a couple hundred gold away from his Spirit Vessel.
Oh god, VP. They're moving in, and the Tornado immediately on top of him, but the stun connects onto 2. Bobica doing it up.
Oh yeah, I said the Blink Dagger on Earth Spirit, but he should definitely get the Spirit Vessel. I'm a big Spirit Vessel fan. Whenever there's something to stop the region, just always go for Spirit Vessel.
Look at Fenrir here.
It owns
getting his
Morphling
farm
so
on.
hard.
Yes. Yeah. Also Broodmother as well. Her ulti until she gets a BKB, and she just got it.
Man, picking up that Dominator as well. The Dominator creep, rather.
I think the other problem for the Broodmother this game is that it's not going to be... I don't think this game is going to be super structured. I feel like Aster are going to be taking team fights all over the place. And one thing that's really difficult for a Broodmother is if your team isn't in control of the game, then you don't get to decide the like perfect web placement and your whole network. You're just constantly tearing it up and having to put new webs down to fight wherever the other team is doing their thing. And that's super annoying because it actually impacts your farm a lot, not being able to, like, ideally you just want to have webs connecting like 3 or 4 ancient camps and just be farming non-stop while still finding the occasional kill. But Aster are doing a really good job of just playing away from where the Broodmother is.
Solo is still level 5, 17 minutes in, about to get some XP, still needs one more experience.
Jeez.
That's the thing about these two heroes as supports, right? They're like good for the laning stage, but then after that,
they're pretty greedy. Axe position 5 is really greedy.
Yeah. And the 17-minute Spirit Vessel, like, unreal on the Earth Spirit. Like, you compare what these heroes are doing in this game for their teams.
He has 6 charges on Spirit Vessel.
Oof.
That's nasty.
That's really good. The position 5 Prophet feels like it's only good at like level 1. Just because Prophet's base damage is so high. And hear me out, his base damage is so high and the Treants do so much damage that you're like, you can zone people out at level 1. After that, you don't really get that much stronger. Like, you pick up teleport.
They're playing from behind, that's why. So they can't pressure any lanes with the Treants. They can't take towers, so you don't feel the actual strength of the hero.
That's true. This Necro is huge. He's got that Radiance that pointing out a little bit earlier. So he is just doing, just by existing, Necrophos is doing so much damage this game. I I really don't know what they're gonna do about him.
Wow, the DD with the crits there. Pretty nifty for Sylar. I mean, this is the thing too, that like mentality-wise, it feels like sometimes VP just sort of, I don't know, if they go down in a series or something, they just go to like one strat. They're like, let's just run over them or something, you know? And it's, I don't know, it feels like that's their biggest downfall, because when they're playing at their highest level, I don't know if there's another team that beats them just because of the individual skill of the players. But
you think they just don't reset well?
Yeah.
After a,
I remember there were a couple of different tournaments where like VP, they would run in just one strat over and over and over again. And when they lost with the strat, they would always go with the same backup strat. And it was just like, I don't know, that type of thing where it feels like they don't know how to.
I guess. I think it's interesting that you bring it up, because I feel like that's also part of, like, their unwavering confidence is also part of their strength. So it's this double-edged sword of, like, they can't, I don't think they could play the way that they play if they were a more like cautious and reserved team when it comes to the drafting and coming back from a loss. So yeah, to me that's kind of the part of it, is just the nature of the team. They're going for this Roshan, but Aster are going to figure this out pretty quickly.
Oh jeez, Fenrir spots the smoke, roll in. Let's see it, buddies. If they find this kill here, they're just going to walk in, and now they see everybody, the silence, the stun, the follow-up vacuum wall, though. This is looking okay for VP if they can manage to take down Roshan time. When Ramsey's on top of it, they are...
No slots.
What? He doesn't have it! Ramsey's might just end up dying. No, he manages to get out of there in time. And they can't quite find the finish. Bobica a little bit hesitant in that instance to go in on him. Takes the bounty rune away and will eventually find the kill. Let's see if you can get closer for the earn charges. But it looks like 20 minutes in, they get the Aegis on VP.
Yeah, but they didn't get the Roshan last hit. They lost the Morphling, and the team fight was 2 for 1. So
yeah, Morphling sitting on 600 HP there, so he died to brain sap.
Feels bad.
Not good.
So 13 to 25. And still a 3,000 gold lead for Aster. Does this game start to get scarier as Morphling gets more and more items? Or like, what's sort of the timing window that VP are hoping to hit here?
Yeah, it's going to be scarier if Team Aster stops buying items and Morphling buys too.
Okay.
It's so hard to fight into this. You have a Earth Spirit with the Spirit Vessel, or you can call him Earth Spirit Vessel. He has a Mantis style to get out of it. Cold Snap. He can also get blown up easily with the Boundless Strike.
I think the problem for VP is that they can only continue to take these fights so long as their BKBs hold out. And once they get down to like 7, 6, 5 second BKBs, I think they're just in... They're in deep trouble at that point.
VP just needs one good fight, and they need the Blink Daggers on both Darkseer and Axe. And if they pull off the combo...
I think the problem is that they're still 2 or 3 fights away from taking a lane of Rax, right? All of the tier 2s are still up, and there's still a tier 1 at bottom. So they still have to weather the storm for and win multiple fights in a row to start pushing this game in their direction. And I think if it goes late and their BKBs run out, then I think they're just screwed. I think Aster have them beat at that point.
I mean, that's the thing too that's like a little bit scary about this, is even though Invoker was so heavily shut down early, he still has that Midas and is eventually going to catch up. So
big item on Ramses. That's a full nullifier, so he can remove the Ghost Shroud from Necro.
Okay.
That's going to be really big, actually. The supports don't really have any ways to deal with it either. They would really need a...
Lotus Orb.
Yeah, they really need a Lotus somewhere.
Reaction there by D-Stones to get out of dodge.
Oh, Necro, he just bought Ghost Scepter after he saw the...
Whoa.
So, after he saw the nullifier on Broodmother. So he is going to pop a Ghost Shroud.
You do it the other way, right? You Scepter and then you
you
Shroud.
have to pop the Ghost Scepter, and then he dispels the Ghost Scepter, and then you can still press Ghost Shroud, because you're not silenced. But yeah,
I mean, you can do it the other way.
No, because if you do it the other way around, then your Ghost Scepter is broken, and you can't...
That's true.
You can't press it.
Incorrect, Lacoste.
There's a first time for everything.
Everyone's been awake. We've all been awake for way too long. Yeah, it's fine. Oh, see what he's done.
Adios. So VP maybe hitting a little bit of a timing here again, as they want to try and push down buildings with this Aegis. But likewise, Aster in a position to...
But don't you get dispelled throughout the whole duration? So you can't use it anyway?
Is it continuous? I think it's just at the beginning.
I don't know.
The slow is continuous every time you get hit, but I don't think you get purged every single time.
That's how it is for SD ulti, but...
Yeah, but I think SD ulti is the only example.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I was just thinking about the interaction between a TP and the nullifier. It stops the TP. Never mind. You're correct.
Yeah. But you couldn't use the TP. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't use the TP while you're
it's a bit
nullified.
confusing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a bit weird.
Dota 2, ladies
Also,
and
I shouldn't say
gentlemen.
that his Ghost Scepter is broken. It's
Because
muted.
it's muted.
Yes.
It's broken,
I mean,
it doesn't
it's not
work.
working.
It's broken. It
Did you
doesn't work.
try turning it off and on?
Yeah.
Roll in,
Boca.
completely off the mark. Tornado's going to catch onto one. It's Pasha, and he's out of here. And Ramses now looking for an opening. A big call, though, connects onto 3. Is it going to be enough? They find one. Don't can't think of any other. Sylar, he's shown up as Ramses tried to turn here onto Fenrir. Finds himself 1 kill, and the Morphling lane into 1 as well. But now they turn this in onto the kill for the Monkey King. Is it enough? It's not quite there, but Sylar is
Aegis
eventually going to
timing.
fall. And the stun, not bad. A turnaround call is there as well, but they do bring down that Brood. As you said, the Aegis expiring right when it happened, and they kill off XXS as well. But he's
That's
stuck
one-
on the tree.
Is he stuck? Can he waveform off?
He doesn't have mana. The call is going to be the Taunt is catching onto Earth Spirit, who kicks away Roger and is going to be able to TP away, but the dunk again. And Morphling.
Go back to the Morphling.
He's stuck. Oh, good job.
Wait, but can he move is the question. Okay,
Yeah.
he's not subject to that weird bug where like, have you guys seen this bug where Monkey King, under the right circumstances, just literally cannot move?
No, I haven't
just
seen that.
Yeah, I think if you get feared while you're on the tree, it actually just breaks your hero and you can't move until you die.
Jeez.
It's ridiculous. I think if you get feared while you're in midair, like jumping to the tree. But anyway, it'll hopefully be fixed at some point.
So that timing on Aegis, Broodmother just died.
Yeah.
You can hear the sound. He heard it as well. Immediately goes back, tries to regen up. But that was a sick initiation. 3-man call, also 3 buybacks on side of Virtus.Pro.
So I still don't think that was a very good fight for them, right? Because they used some buybacks. They didn't make any progress, really. They didn't really take any.
They got a big item on Morphling. That's a
true.
BKB and Axe getting closer to Spirit Vessel.
It was a weird anti-timing, though, because now you've sort of, like, you had the Blink Dagger on Axe, but it was also as the Aegis expires, and now you've got the Blink Dagger on Darkseer. So it feels like it puts them a step closer to taking the fights that they want also. And even without the Blink Dagger on Darkseer, they still made good use of the Vacuum and everything else. But now Invoker has an Aghanims. Yeah, it's another like new weird way that these fights are going to break out. Who finds who first? Because Earth Spirit basically didn't hit anything from the start of that.
Oh, Ramses.
And this is how you take advantage of the Broodmother. Just out of position and Aster make it work.
He didn't even buy back in the previous fight. That's just the Necro
dead for-
ulti.
oh,
Yeah, 2 minutes.
Oh, chasing solo. Invis for the moment. And he isn't going to be able to guess the right direction. And Call now on to Invoker is going to get Nightmare saved for the moment, but the dunk is still going to be there. Get back is the call, and already they try and pull him out. That's going to be Morphling switching over into the Monkey King version of himself. Can he stay alive? The wall is down, also onto 2. Battle Fury doing a good bit of damage, but not quite enough, and completely left alone. They eventually kill him off, although
He got
killed Morphling.
Yep, he got another Boundless Strike up, and no one was just not expecting it. Oof. The Monkey King survived for a really long time as well. Just standing there, right-clicking and life-stealing.
Morphling is one of those heroes that you want to play it so much on the edge, but has oftentimes, it comes to the detriment of you, right? Like, the fact that you can go to so much physical damage.
Yeah, I don't know if he had, I guess he could have could have maybe morphed up a little bit more, but they also needed the damage. They can't afford to just let him keep sitting there and keep on getting lifesteal charges. So, solo? Right, he's okay.
Getting out of there.
I mean, he is applying some split push pressure and kind of forcing responses from Aster, so...
Also, he's getting closer to Meteor Hammer once he gets that. If they can pull off the combo, Axe Call, Vacuum into Meteor Hammer, that's pretty dope.
That is pretty
and if
sweet.
someone can pull it off, it's Virtus.Pro.
That is true.
Maybe a hoof stomp afterwards from the Centaur. Just get everything.
You're overdoing it.
Yeah, let's not get ahead of ourselves, Gabe.
You know, the one that we do have also that's coming up that I love the interaction is the AoE Surge from Darkseer.
That's pretty sweet.
Although CDR is always so juicy sounding.
I really like the AoE Surge.
Goodbye, Solo. 'Tis been nice to know you. He bought his items. He did his job.
Yeah, get some space. Ramsey's going to use a little bit of that space to push out mid lane somewhat, though. Does need to be a little bit careful.
Oh, cold snap. Gonna hit these spiders also.
That's the Arcane Rune. Distance doesn't even hesitate, doesn't even think, like, am I going to give this to my Necrophos or something? Nah, I'm Invoker.
Oh, Roche just spawned.
They saw it.
I don't think they saw it.
Somebody pinged it out. I think I saw XXS
I think it was purple.
Okay.
Because he just went out of the pit.
Okay. Well, Aster looking for a pickoff here, but not going to find anybody. And the spiders moving in. Virtus.Pro obviously realized this is here. Ghost Scepters abound. All right, there's going to be the creep that sees him. Good scouting there with the Darkseer. They are sitting on top of a ward, though. God, they could take this fight really effectively. They get vision right on top of Ramses from the get-go and chasing forward for more. They don't quite connect, but the jump in, coming in from the Earth Spirit connects on the stun. Is it going to be enough, though? They have the mute already onto the Monkey King, but they just blow the heck out of him right from the start. And that's going to be Roger going down as well.
No Broodmother. She bought back in the previous fight.
They lose Pasha also. 3 heroes from BP is dead forever.
Oh.
I mean, it's just.
I mean,
it blows my mind.
Brood didn't even get BKB.
3 seconds.
Did he get stunned by the Earth Spirit stun that was running through? It seemed like
I don't know. I thought he just got Fiend's Grip.
I don't know. Monkey King used lag, so I didn't see.
It was super effective.
Yeah.
Rax? Yes.
Yes. Very, very Rax. Yes.
Oh, look at the attack speed of Monkey King.
Oh, God.
Oh, no.
I mean, they know the Brood is not alive, and there are still tier 2 towers, but the chase forward, finding Solo.
They should just go for Roche.
Bobica saving his abilities, does have the stun, Sunstrike landing, doing not a whole lot of anything. That was not the play. Solo trying to run, trying to hide. He's getting out of there. And Bobica, in the meantime, going to keep that tier 3 tower nice and topped off.
You remember Broodmother? She's still dead for a minute and a half.
What do you do if you're Ramses?
Probably be on Facebook.
Yeah. You know, maybe just check your phone. Well, you're not allowed to check your phone, surely, but yeah.
Take some time to think about yourself.
Yeah. Maybe you pull up a game of like solitaire or something on the computer.
Rock, paper, scissors with the axe. He was dead for such a long time.
Solo's still ratting though.
Hey man, I mean, they don't want to back out right now.
Give me those plus
Aster.
treants. He's getting this tier 3, boys.
It's happening. They've got the glyphs.
Definitely blast these treants, these stones.
Oh no. I mean, he sees him over here to the side, I think. Solo. Oh no, it's trouble.
He's low on mana.
He gets the cold snap and able to find this kill, it looks like. Meanwhile, back in the base, though, they find the kill on Pasha, and this is where the real trouble is coming in for Aster, or rather for VP, as they lose 4. They're dead forever. This is probably game.
I mean, Broodmother's still dead for 30 seconds.
Fiend's Grip, Cataclysm, done and dusted. Broodmother still not alive, as they're going to lose a set of barracks. Yeah, this...
Is he even going to remember how to play Dota when he respawns?
Oh, no. The silence is there. Morphling in trouble and going to jump out of there.
Yeah, Ramses was dead for so long, he actually grew a beard. Yeah. So
yeah.
just blows my mind. 2 set of Raxes, even though Nature's Prophet took the range ones.
I mean, that's the next lane that Aster are going to push anyway, right? Bottom lane is next in the chopping block. So
and they've got a ton
I don't think
of time
they care
on the
too
Aegis.
much. Yeah, and they've got tier 2s in both of the other lanes. So wherever Solo is going to go, they're going to be able to kind of stop him.
Now, one thing that we can say about this, Aster don't have any buybacks.
Okay.
Like, you know, it's a little bit funny to say, but if you do manage to find these kills, you know, maybe you push too far forward if you're Aster, all of a sudden you can run through bottom lane and just try and end the game.
That's true. Morphling does hit pretty darn hard.
Yeah.
And they've also they got the morph target's allies, so no one can become Nature's Prophet, and then he can TP across the map and split push.
I mean, that's as funny as it sounds.
What if
the next level play?
What if Nature's Prophet hits level 25?
Oh. Well, I mean, you won't get the talent still, though.
What if you buy Aghanims and you get the talents? Just kidding. It doesn't work that way.
That'd be a fun Aghanim.
Yeah, I mean, look at this. We got. Where's no one going, actually? Is he just going for bounties? Yeah, okay. He's just TPing for bounties. The real the real Morphling meta is that you get the taunts as well when you morph into anyone. So.
Is he... I don't even see him having any tier on it. Yeah, he doesn't have anything. D-Stones, on the other hand, is a master tier invoker.
Yep.
Orchid for the invoker as they push through the top now from the Darkseer. And it does feel like their only option is going to be trying to go for some type of sneaky play here. Tornado not going to connect onto Ramses. The EMP is out as well. And there's the Alacrity, just laying into that tier 3 tower as they tried to lay down the Meteor Hammer on top of Sylar as well. Vacuum Wall pulls back into 2 with the call. A big combination. Can they kill him off in time? They get the taunt onto 1, but that's already going to be the accident. No buyback. Cataclysm down, finding the connection for the kill as the Broodmother stuck, left alone, and is going to die. No buyback on either of these heroes. Ramses has been dead more than alive for the last 5 minutes.
And that's game.
No.
I mean, they can call it. They pulled off a good combo.
Hey, man.
But a little bit too late.
Yeah, the lift up is there, and there will not be a comeback here as Aster 2-0, the defending champions VP in this group stage.
Yeah, really impressive performance. Just solid drafting, pretty clean execution. Can't really fault them on anything too much. They're clearly just playing the meta. Like, I don't think they're doing anything too unusual. I don't know if there was a single hero that I would point to that Aster picked over the course of the 4 games today where I'm like, oh, this is a little bit out of the ordinary. It's just they seem to have a solid handle on things and keep on trucking.
Totally. Well, I'm really impressed. And to me, like, I guess them versus who'd be the other one that would be top of the group with them? It's probably just VP, right?
Yeah. So are Aster the favorites now for this group? Is this a China ESL, or do we have like Vici as the favorites on Group A, and then Aster over here as the favorites on Group B? That could be.
Yeah, I feel like Virtus.Pro was kind of either messing around with the draft, or they have something prepared that's not working right now. At least not against a team like Aster. So. I said that Team Aster is going to be top 2 of this group, but they look even better than I expected. Yeah.
So to me, like, competition breeds excellence. Who's VP's competition in the CIS region?
They have none.
Right.
Sure.
Like, but Aster, on the other hand, you look at this team and what they're playing in every single qualifier is a huge test, and they're going to get better naturally quicker, I think, having to play in those qualifiers.
But I think Virtus.Pro scrims a lot against the European teams. So.
But the European teams also haven't been looking so great, right? Like, the European region has been looking competitive.
Yeah, but we didn't show OG and Liquid. That's why.
Liquid got knocked out of the major.
That's true. That's true.
They got knocked out of the major.
All right, we didn't show OG. Shut up.
We've got some notable.
You're just trying to defend your Europe power here.
Of course.
That's all right.
Like, I love all the New Zealand and Australian teams competing. Just kidding.
We're doing all right in the talent scene, but yeah, not so great on the. We got a couple of players. Well, KP on. Meneski's not doing so hot at the moment. But yeah,
Ana's European, man.
What? Excuse me?
All right, look, I've never seen him this angry before. We got to shut this down. It's going to turn to blows pretty soon.
That's like that's the shred of like Aussie Dota pride that we have. Can't take it away. But anyway, so any other closing thoughts on this series, guys, or any other closing thoughts on the day? It's been a pretty hyped day of Dota. We've had tons of games going across all 3 streams, some upsets across the board. Do you feel like you have a better handle on what the meta is going to look like for the remainder of the event, perhaps?
I think there's still undiscovered things in this meta. People just tend to hop on the train. These heroes are good. This hero can be played, but there's a lot of teams who like to experiment, and we're going to see different picks. Obviously, the heroes that are picked the most are stronger than the others, but there's still some undiscovered things.
Yeah. And we've got the results as well up at the moment for Group B. As you can see, Team Aster out in front, 4 points. VP did take a 2-0 earlier. Yep, Gabe, thank you for framing that nicely for us.
That was great.
I don't know if are there still games going on at the moment that we can send people to? Looks like perhaps not. So I think we're all wrapped up.
Yeah.
Day number 1 in the books.
The last thing that I would say is that the meta felt to me before this, it was defined around a central hero with like Phoenix or like a Drow or whatever. And I was wondering what's going to be that next hero that like defines the way the game is played. And I thought it was going to be Necro, and then they picked the Axe. I still haven't seen an answer for the Necro, but I want to see if other teams come up with it.
Yeah, I'd be interested to see what ends up happening with the Necro. I feel like the Invoker as well was something that people were looking at to kind of beat Necro out, being able to... He pops the Ghost and just immediately tornado him, or the EMP being super annoying, but maybe we'll see some more Invoker. Who knows? But we're going to have to wait for all of these answers until tomorrow. We've got tons more Dota action coming your way tomorrow. Another full 4 best of 2s here, and then the same thing across the A and C streams. So thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll hope to see you tomorrow for some more Dota action here at ESL One Hamburg.
Intel technology powers the best of esports, and the best demand a superior level of performance. So we're introducing the 9th Gen Intel Core i9 processors, designed for the world's best gamers. In celebration with our community, we're hosting the 9th Gen Intel Core i9 processor Dream Stakes. We want to bring you inside our world of esports for once-in-a-lifetime experience that only Intel can provide. Enter for a chance to win a trip to one of 9 world-class events across 3 sweepstakes. We're taking the winner and a guest behind the scenes for a one-of-a-kind VIP treatment. Winners will also get the latest 9th Gen Intel Core i9 processor and walk away with exclusive swag. Enter for your chance to win starting November 5th, 2018. Visit core9.intel.com to sign up for more information.
Remember where it started. Your first experiences. Remember where you came from. The journey you traveled. The journey you love. Remember where it started. And imagine where it will go. Rise on.
Rover, here. Fetch. What are you doing? Oh, Rover. Red Bull gives you wings.
Because it's forever. Because it's juicy. Because it's fresh. Because it's 2 patties of 100% premium beef. Legendary special sauce, crisp lettuce in a toasted sesame seed bun. It's the Big Mac.
Bitburger 0.0. Select your favorite. Containing vitamins, isotonic, and with unbeatable freshness. Bitburger 0.0, always a bit more refreshed.